Nafplio is a seaport town in the Peloponnese in Greece that has expanded up the hillsides near the north end of the Argolic Gulf. The town was an important seaport held under a succession of royal houses in the Middle Ages as part of the lordship of Argos and Nafplio, held initially by the de la Roche following the Fourth Crusade before coming under the Republic of Venice and, lastly, the Ottoman Empire. The town was the capital of the First Hellenic Republic and of the Kingdom of Greece, from the start of the Greek Revolution in 1821 until 1834. Nafplio is now the capital of the regional unit of Argolis. Name. The name of the town changed several times over the centuries. The contemporary Greek name of the town is Nafplio. In modern English, the most frequently used forms are Nauplia and Navplion. During the classical antiquity, it was known as Nauplia in Attic Greek and Nauplilia in Ionian Greek. In Latin, it was called Nauplia. During the Middle Ages, several variants were used in Byzantine Greek, including Naplion, Anaplion, and Anaplia. During the late Middle Ages and early modern period, under Venetian domination, the town was known in Italian as Napoli di Romania, after the medieval usage of Romania to refer to the lands of the Byzantine Empire, and to distinguish it from Napoli in Italy. Also during the early modern period, but this time under Ottoman rule, the Turkish name of the town was Mora Yeniseiya, after Moria, a medieval name for the Peloponnese, and Yeniseiya, the Turkish term for new city. The Ottomans also called it Anabola. In the 19th century and early 20th century, the town was called indiscriminately Naplion and Nafplio in modern Greek. Both forms were used in official documents and travel guides. This explains why the old form Naplion still occasionally survives up to this day. Geography. Nafplio is situated on the Argolic Gulf in the northeast Peloponnese. Most of the old town is on a peninsula jutting into the Gulf. This peninsula forms a naturally protected bay that is enhanced by the addition of man-made moles. Originally almost isolated by marshes, deliberate landfill projects, primarily since the 1970s, have nearly doubled the land area of the city. Municipality. The municipality Nafplio was formed at the 2011 local government reform by the merger of the following four former municipalities that became municipal units: Asinai, Madi, Nafplio, Ni Tirantha. History. Classical antiquity. The area surrounding Nafplio has been inhabited since ancient times, but few signs of this, aside from the walls of the Acronauplia, remain visible. The town has been a stronghold on several occasions during classical antiquity. It seems to be mentioned on an Egyptian funerary inscription of Amenophis III as Nuplia. Middle Ages. The Acronauplia has walls dating from pre-classical times. Subsequently, Byzantines, Franks, Venetians, and Turks added to the fortifications. Nafplio was taken in 1212 by the French Crusaders as the Principality of Achaia. It became part of the Lordship of Argos and Nauplia, which in 1388 was sold to the Republic of Venice. During the subsequent 150 years, the lower city was expanded and fortified, and new fortifications added to Acronauplia. Early modern period. The city surrendered to the Ottomans in 1540, who renamed it Mora Yeniseiya and established it as the seat of a sanjak. At that period, Nafplio looked very much like the 16th century image shown below to the right. The Venetians retook Nafplio in 1685 and made it the capital of their Kingdom of the Morea. The Venetians strengthened the city by building the castle of Palamidi, which was in fact the last major construction of the Venetian Empire overseas. However, only 80 soldiers were assigned to defend the city and it was easily retaken by the Ottomans in 1715. Palamidi is located on a hill north of the old town. During the Greek War of Independence, it played a major role. It was captured by Stikos Stikopoulos in November 1822. 19th century. During the Greek War of Independence, Nafplio was a major Ottoman stronghold and was besieged for more than a year. The town finally surrendered because of starvation. After its capture, because of its strong fortifications, it became the seat of the Provisional Government of Greece. Count Ioannis Kapodistrias, first head of state of newly liberated Greece, set foot on the Greek mainland for the first time in Nafplio on 7 January 1828 and made it the official capital of Greece in 1829. He was assassinated on 9 October 1831 by members of the Mavromichaelis family, on the steps of the Church of St. Spiridon in Nafplio. After his assassination, a period of anarchy followed, until the arrival of King Otto and the establishment of the new Kingdom of Greece. Nafplio remained the capital of the kingdom until 1834, when King Otto decided to move the capital to Athens. 20th and 21st centuries tourism emerged slowly in the 1960s, but not to the same degree as some other Greek areas. Nevertheless, it tends to attract a number of tourists from Germany and the Scandinavian countries in particular. Nafplio enjoys a very sunny and mild climate, even by Greek standards, and as a consequence has become a popular day or weekend road trip destination for Athenians in wintertime. Nafplio is a port, with fishing and transport ongoing, although the primary source of local employment currently is tourism. With 2 beaches on the other side of the peninsula from the main body of the town and a large amount of local accommodation, there are frequent bus services from, to Athens. The building of the National Bank of Greece is probably the only one in the world to have been built in the Mycenaean Revival architectural style. Architecture and urban sculpture. Akronouplia is the oldest part of the city, though a modern hotel has been built on it. Until the 13th century, it was a town on its own. The arrival of the Venetians and the Franks transformed it into part of the town fortifications. Other fortifications of the city include the Palamedian Bortzi, which is located in the middle of the harbour. Nafplio maintains a traditional architectural style, with many traditional-style colourful buildings and houses, partly influenced by the Venetians, because of the domination of 1338 to 1540. Also, modern-era neoclassical buildings are also preserved, while the building of the National Bank of Greece is an example of Mycenaean Revival architecture. Around the city can be found several sculptures and statues. They are related mostly with the modern history of Nafplio, such as the statues of Ioannis Kapodistrias, Otto of Greece and Theodoros Kolokotronis. Education. Since 2003, the University of Peloponnese has incorporated a new faculty, the School of Fine Arts. In 2007, a single department exists, the Department of Theatre, offering 4 majors: theatrical studies, acting and directing, set design and costume design, dance. Population. Notable people. Nicholas, the Greek, one of the 18 survivors of the expedition that completed the first circumnavigation of the world in 1519 to 1522. Telos Agrath, fighter in the Greek struggle for Macedonia. Leonidas Drosis, sculptor. Nina Borden, writer. Austin Kark, managing director of the BBC World Service. Nikos Karouzos, poet. Vangelis Kazan, actor. Sotirios Soteropoulos, lawyer, politician and former Prime Minister of Greece. Angelos Terzakis, writer. Charalaos Trikoupis, Prime Minister of Greece 7 times from 1875 until 1895. Panagiotis Taxidis, football player currently playing in Italian Serie A for AS Roma. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. Nafplio is twinned with. Sports. Panathinaikos FC. Gallery. The entry of King Otto into Nafplio by Peter von Hesse. Monument for the Morea expedition. Philhellenon Square. View of Akronouplia. View from Palamidi. The building of National Bank of Greece. View of the promenade. The Church of St. Nicholas. Aristado Street. St. George Church. Sea view from Palamidi.